Have you ever felt the urge to just break free? To leave everything behind and soar on your own, completely untethered? It's a powerful feeling, a desire for ultimate freedom. Today, we're going to explore that feeling through a story about a tiny leaf with a very big dream. This is the tale of the leaf that forgot the tree. In a vast ancient forest, there stood a magnificent oak tree. Its branches reached for the sky like sturdy arms, and its leaves danced in the sunlight, forming a lush green canopy. Among these countless leaves lived a small, vibrant one named Leo. From his perch high on a branch, Leo spent his days watching the world. He saw birds take flight, their wings catching the wind as they soared into the blue expanse. He saw seeds twirl and spin, carried away to start new lives in distant meadows. A longing grew deep within him. Why must I be stuck here? He'd sigh to his neighboring leaves. The branches hold us so tightly. Real life, real freedom is out there, beyond this tree. His friends would rustle gently, whispering, "But Leo, the tree is our home. It gives us life." Leo, however, wasn't convinced. He saw the branches not as a source of life, but as a prison. He yearned for the day he could break away and experience the world on his own terms. He didn't want to just be one leaf among thousands. He wanted to be the leaf, the one who saw it all. His chance finally came one crisp autumn morning. A fierce gust of wind, stronger than any he'd felt before, tore through the forest. While other leaves clung on, Leo saw his opportunity. With all his might, he twisted and pulled against his stem. He felt a sharp snap, and suddenly he was free. "I'm flying," he shouted with glee. The wind lifted him high above the canopy, higher than the tallest branches. The world unfolded beneath him like a breathtaking map. He saw the winding river, a silver ribbon snaking through the land. He saw fields of gold and patches of dark, mysterious woods. This was it. This was the freedom he had craved. He tumbled and twirled, a solo dancer in the grand ballet of the sky. "Goodbye, old tree," he called out, not with malice, but with the proud joy of an explorer setting off on a great adventure. He felt powerful, independent, the master of his own destiny. The wind was his chariot, and the whole wide world was his to discover. He was no longer just a part of the tree. He was Leo, the traveler. For a while, his journey was pure bliss. He floated over rolling hills and watched farmers tend their fields. He skimmed across the surface of a sparkling lake, seeing his own reflection dance on the water. He even chased a butterfly through a garden filled with flowers of every color imaginable. Each new sight was a thrill, each moment a confirmation that he had made the right choice. He would laugh as the wind tickled him, thinking of his old friends still stuck on their branches. "They don't know what they're missing," he'd think smugly. "This is what it means to truly live." He told his story to anyone who would listen, to a busy ant carrying a crumb, to a lazy caterpillar sunning itself on a different kind of leaf. He spoke of his brave escape and the wonders he'd seen. He was no longer just a leaf. He was a hero in his own story, a pioneer of freedom. The world was his audience, and he was the star. But as days turned into a week, a slow, unwelcome change began. The vibrant green that once made him so proud started to fade. The edges of his perfect shape began to curl and turn a dull, brittle brown. He didn't feel as light and playful in the wind anymore. Instead, the gusts seemed to toss him about harshly, scraping him against rough ground and thorny bushes. The sun, which once felt like a warm, energizing hug, now felt scorching and relentless, baking the moisture right out of him. He felt a thirst he had never known before, a deep, aching emptiness that no puddle or dewdrop could quench. He was growing weak, tired. The vibrant, adventurous Leo was disappearing, replaced by a dry, fragile husk. The world that had seemed so full of wonder now seemed vast, lonely, and indifferent. The freedom he had celebrated so fiercely was starting to feel a lot like being lost. One evening, a gentle breeze carried him to a quiet corner of a garden and laid him down beside a small puddle. He saw his reflection, and for the first time, he was horrified. The leaf staring back at him was crumpled, colorless, and lifeless. It was barely recognizable. In that moment of painful clarity, the whispers of his old friends echoed in his mind. The tree is our home. It gives us life. He finally understood. The branches he had seen as a prison were actually lifelines. The roots, deep in the earth, were drawing up the water that kept him hydrated and alive. The trunk and the branches were the channels that delivered that life-giving sap right to his stem. He wasn't being held back. He was being held together. His connection to the tree was not a limitation, but his very source of strength, his source of color, his source of life itself. The freedom he had found was the freedom to wither and fade, a hollow victory that cost him everything. As his last bit of color drained away, Leo the leaf had one final thought. He thought of the magnificent oak, standing tall and strong, its remaining leaves still rustling with life. He realized that true independence wasn't about completely severing your ties. It wasn't about forgetting where you come from. True freedom, he now understood, was about growing on your own branch, reaching for your own patch of sunlight, and dancing to your own rhythm in the wind, all while staying connected to the roots that nourish and support you. It's about being an individual, yes, but an individual who is part of something bigger, something that gives you strength and a place to belong. His great adventure had taught him the most important lesson of all. We can only truly soar when we have a place to call home. Leo's story is a simple fable, but it holds a profound truth for all of us. In our own lives, we often mistake separation for independence. We might feel that our family, our community, or our heritage holds us back. But like the tree, these roots are our foundation. They provide us with the support, wisdom, and sense of belonging we need to grow strong and resilient. True independence isn't about cutting yourself off. It's about having the strength of your roots to empower you to reach for the sky. It's knowing who you are and where you come from, and using that knowledge as a stable base from which you can branch out, explore, and become the unique individual you are meant to be. So, let's remember the little leaf and honor our roots. They are not our cages. They are our launch pads. Thank you so much for joining us for this story here at MoraLife Tales. If this story resonated with you, give this video a like and subscribe for more tales that make you think and feel. What do your roots mean to you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Until next time, stay rooted and keep growing.